Hi, I'm Jean Gasca. I'm a biology teacher here at New Village Charter School, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my philosophy of education. I think it's really important for kids to do things, to be active in their education, and that's like the constructivist point of view, that as they do, as they learn, they will construct knowledge, meaning inside their brain, but only if they connect. So if all you do is just pick up a textbook and read about biology, you're never going to learn biology. What I think is that you need to supplement with all these different activities so that kids will learn. So you can see I've got a diagram on the board, I've got the brain over here, but I find that they don't learn very well when all they do is look at diagrams. So we have fun little things. This is a flip book that shows that light goes through the eye, and there's the cornea, the clear plastic, and here we have the iris and the lens, and then the retina and the blood vessels, and onto the optic nerve. So this little flip book teaches kids, and we first, before we construct this, we take lots of time and write little notes on each piece. What is the job of this part? What is the job of this part? So they're using their muscles. Their muscle memory is helping them to connect those ideas in their brains. So again, constructivism is really important in my mind. And then we've got, mirrors to look at our own eyes, you know, so that we can see the color of our iris. There. So that we can see that when we turn the light out, our pupil gets really wide so that it can allow more light. And studying the brain, we've got a book here, The Woman Who Can't Forget. This is a cool book about a woman who has the most remarkable memory known to science. She's a model for science right now because she can remember every single day since she was 14. She remembers what she was wearing, what happened that day, what the date was, and what the day was. And she cannot stop the images in her brain. So kids love this kind of stuff, and it helps them to remember things that we talk about. We talked about binocular vision, so I have a 3D book where you look at the pictures through a lens, two lenses, and it helps you to see that each image from each of the eyes is a little bit different. And that's how binocular vision works. So, you know, I've been teaching for a long time, and I've been able to collect a lot of these things. It didn't happen overnight. I feel very fortunate, but I also have worked very hard to get it to put all together. This is a mirror box. This works by, we tried an exercise in which students wrote in a mirror. And this mirror box was constructed by a student. The instruction is that you look down through here, your hand is down here, and you're writing, trying to trace, but your brain sees it backwards. And so you have to train your brain. And then we talk about the real world, you know, like dentists have to work in mirrors, and truck drivers have to use mirrors all the time. So as many connections as possible, we're connecting all those little neurons in their brain. So why don't you come with me, and we'll take a look over here. In my chemistry class, we were studying measurements and conversions. A very talented student did this, put all the conversions onto a chart, and by the time she got done with the chart, she really understood it. When she just looked at it on the handout, she said, "What is all this?" So again, getting students to work, use their own hands. At the beginning of the year, students drew cells, and they had put them in their folders, and they were kind of cooling their heels in there. And then we started talking about blood cells and muscle cells and neurons. And so we brought them out again and said, look at this, look, these were round, these were kind of brick-like, and look at the shape of this marvelous neuron. It's got a different function, right? And so it's got a different shape. And so, again, connecting the beginning of the year to this part of the year. Some more work from chemistry. Watch the chair. And when students do projects on diseases, I ask them to make a really dramatic picture that helps other people to learn about their disease. So this is a very good poster about sickle cell anemia. It shows the normal blood cells up here and the sickle cells here that don't function very well, and that's why there's pain and all those other abnormalities in sickle cell patients. So students who are teaching other students get to learn by teaching through their posters. Here's a poster from chemistry. I try to bring in three-dimensional stuff for them to handle because it's so lovely to touch and feel, and it helps the brain. These are some monster families from genetics. We're actually going into that next, and my classes last year did this. And a paper went with this showing all the genetics of how the two parents, here's the dad and here's the mom, and these two parents gave rise to these children. So you can see that this child ended up with the skin of this parent, but not the same color. And the spikes on these children were from the mom's side. So we learn a little bit about how genetics works. I love these. This is a model of the lung. You pull down, this is the diaphragm, and the lung fills up, and then you push, and the balloon shoots all the air out. So that's how the diaphragm helps the lungs to pull air in and push air out. So I want to add one thing, and that is that constructivism is not all there is to education, because behaviorism is important as well. As much as I would like to say I don't want to train students to react to a command, I do have aspects of my program where we have patterns which help people to know what's going to happen so that that frees their brain up to learn. So we'll go this way just for a second. And I have a stamp sheet. It looks like this is basically just an assignment sheet. But up here on the board are all the assignments for the whole week. So here in the middle, biology, that's the class that I've been talking about. They have all the assignments for the week, and they expect that when they come in, it's time to take out the stamp sheet, it's time to look up at the board, write down the assignments, we talk about them. That frees them up to know when their work is due, and then when it's time to learn, it's not so much confusion about where's that paper, what's due, when do I have to do this. So in summary, my philosophy of education is that in order for kids to learn, we have to get them to do. They can't sit and listen to us. They have to work with their hands. They have to connect ideas with as many real-world ideas as possible so that they can learn what we want them to learn. Hi, Rosalind.
Hi, Ms. Gasca.
Hi. Will you tell me what it is about learning biology in my room that helps you learn?
Your labs. Your labs and your notes. I like your notes. Yeah.
So my notes that I hand you, or notes that we do at the board together?
Notes that we do at the board, because sometimes you're asking questions and it helps us like think back and remind ourselves of what we learned. So yeah.
Good. How about drawing pictures?
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah, that helps.
You get to like visualize what you're writing about. It's not just writing and copy that and do that.
Good. And how about, are there any other things that you like doing that help your learning in this course? Like, do you enjoy some of the activities that we do? They're not really labs, but they're more like
They're project, the little booklets.
Little booklets and projects and things like that.
Yeah, I like those.
So tell me, be a little bit more specific about why that makes learning better.
Well, cause like you're gonna go like and do stuff with your hands. So every time you're gonna be like adding a little picture here, making like writing on a caption under it, or doing a little paragraph. You're gonna be remembering all this stuff. Since you already did it yourself, then you're gonna be like you're gonna keep that up in your brain, and it's not gonna be like I have to do this. I'll write it down and then I'll forget about it. You have to bring it up and do it in your own way. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Casey Obasi, and I'm a 10th grader at New Village Charter. Ms. Gasca is my biology teacher.
So tell me, Casey, what is it about learning in my room that makes it effective for you?
Well, I'm a visual learner, so I like to actually visualize stuff, and Miss Gasca is very good at that. Like she puts up pictures, diagrams. Like recently we did like a 3D model on the eye, and we actually like made our little like kind of cute like flip book thing that, like, you know, back in the days, kindergarten, that used, that really helped because I actually saw like how the different layers and stuff like that, instead of like this flat surface. This kind of confused me. Doing the 3D model really helped me because I'm very hands-on, and I enjoyed seeing that and how it kind of flowed and how it actually worked. The eye actually worked. So that was really fun to do.
Great. Okay. When we're taking notes, how is that for you?
Well, Miss Gasca is kind of like a mama teacher. Like she actually like works it out and gives us, like, shows us. She kind of makes it fun. Like she's very funny, so like she tries to add, like, it's like she makes biology fun and come to life, and that's really exciting. When she's excited, I'm excited, and it kind of, you know. And how we take notes like together as a class, so it's not like kind of like off in your own world. She actually helps you, and it's fun.
Good. And how is it studying for a test in my class? What did we do recently?
What helps is that she actually, we use our notes, but then like the day of the test, like when we're supposed to take the test, she takes about like 15 minutes to ask if we have any questions. Do you need help on this? Do you understand this? Do you need me to go over this? And it really helps.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.